Because this is, as I've said many times, an informal program, Fred Upton, because he brought the pizza, still with me. Well, go to Wide Shot. There he is. He's just eating his pizza. And he knows Brendan Boyle, the Democratic congressman from Pennsylvania, ranking Democrat on the Budget Committee. Congressman, it's great to have you with us. Fred is next to me. You might have heard in the earlier segment a moment ago, he said Democrats got nothing out of this deal. Is that true? Prove him wrong.
Well, first, I do hope you save a slice or two for me, or at least send it here. I'll be stuck nearby the House floor for the next few hours.
We will get it in a courier to you, sir.
I would appreciate that. But in a few minutes, we're going to take the first of two different vote series. The first one, as I said, literally just a few minutes from now. And then the second one, probably 7 to 7:30. And then I expect, unfortunately, this experience will end, and the health care of the millions of Americans who will see their costs go up will continue to go unaddressed. Now, I heard Fred's, my friend and former colleague, I heard his comments. I have to say, I'm one of those House Democrats. Frankly, I think it's unanimous on this side of the Capitol, where there is frustration with the half a dozen or so Senate Democrats who decided to strike out on their own and strike their own deal, and they ended up getting nothing. So it's very disappointing, but at the same time, we'll wake up tomorrow and have to get back to work to figure out how we prevent health care costs from going up for the American people. And let's not forget, and I apologize, it's a little wordy, but let's not forget the reason why we're here talking about health care. This all goes back to this summer, what Trump used to call the big, beautiful bill that ended up increasing health care costs for millions of people and is projected to throw another 15 million off their health care coverage. That's the original sin, and why ever since then this has become front and center as an issue.
Well, Congressman, you said tomorrow you go back to work. That's not how I understand the House schedule. The Speaker said you're out after tonight's vote, so you're not going to be back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, that is a good clarification. I have to say, I have never seen anything like this, and Fred will remember. Previous government shutdowns, we were stuck here nonstop, including on weekends, attempting to find out a bipartisan resolution to move us forward. The unprecedented decision by Republican leadership and the Republican Speaker to shut down the House of Representatives tonight is the first time I'll be voting, and that we will be voting in the House since.
Whoop. Well, when I talk about a fluid live television situation, there we go. He's back now. You're back. There was a glitch in the system ever so briefly, Congressman, but please continue.
It's so bad, not only is Mike Johnson shutting down the House, he's now turning off the lights while I'm not even done. So it is absolutely remarkable to me that he decided to put us on a 2-month paid vacation rather than deal with this issue. I think that is one of the several reasons why Republicans were shellacked last week at the polls in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Virginia, California, and all states in between. And I think they will continue to pay the price at the ballot box over the course of the next year.
Congressman, hold on one second, because I want to ask you about this, Fred. So you just said it was a mistake, strategic and otherwise, for the House to be on leave, absent without leave, for 7 weeks. Do you agree with that? Do you think the House should have been in session?
Yeah, they should have been in session. I can remember during one shutdown, we had a very cantankerous member of Congress, a colleague, Jim Sensenbrenner from Wisconsin. He was so angry during a shutdown because we had to be there, and he was going to miss a Wisconsin football game that he had bought tickets for, and that was before you could actually do them digitally and get into the stadium. So he was stuck with the tickets, and he was in Washington because we needed to vote to reopen the government.
Right. But to stay in town and do some business, whatever it is, they should have stayed here. All right. Well, you at least agree on that. Congressman, I want to ask this question I've been asking every Democrat tonight. You guys, meaning you Democrats, when you passed the extended Obamacare tax credits during COVID, you set a termination date. The termination date was established by you and President Biden. Don't you own some of that?
No, I heard that earlier, and I'm glad I have the opportunity to respond. That's just the way that things are done around here. By that same logic, the Republican tax cuts, they own the fact that they will expire at some point in the future. Because of the complex rules of budgeting here and 10-year windows and trying to make the score work, that is pretty routine, with the expectation that a future Congress will, of course, renew this, which typically takes place. So I do take issue with that. The reality is, once these went into effect, no one really had the idea that they were going to expire. It became the new normal. And I want to remind folks exactly what we're talking about here in terms of the ramifications to the American people.
Congressman, I got to go. I hope the speaker doesn't turn the lights off anymore. And I promise you we will courier one way or another 1, 2, maybe 4 slices of pizza in your direction. I appreciate the time. Thanks so much.